Welcome back to the series. Today we're tackling the place where AI genuinely earns its keep. Debugging. A good AI partner can take a stacked trace, fire off 5 hypotheses, suggest the exact log lines to add, and land on root cause in about 90 seconds. Work that used to eat half an hour. The catch? It'll also walk you confidently down 4 wrong rabbit holes. So the senior workflow is simple. AI generates, you validate. Speed plus judgment is what gets you the 10x. So here's the map for the next 10 minutes. 4 skills. First, the 4-stage debug workflow. Symptom, hypotheses, isolate, fix, with AI accelerating every stage while you own the conclusions. Second, stack trace reading. Paste, guess, verify, done in 90 seconds. Third, the single best debugging prompt I know, list 5 things that could cause this. And fourth, the anti-patterns, race conditions, heisenbugs, the cases where AI sounds certain and is dead wrong. Let's zoom in on that first skill, the workflow itself. The trap most of us fall into is jumping straight from bug appeared to try a fix and burning 20 minutes patching the wrong thing. The 4 stages force you to slow down just enough to think, what am I actually seeing? What could cause it? Which one is it? And only then, fix and verify. AI speeds each stage 3 to 5 times, but notice the pattern in every box. AI suggests, you decide. Here's that pattern in action on a classic React error. Paste the full trace into Claude. Every frame, no truncation, because the AI uses those frames to pinpoint where things actually broke. Then ask for the root cause and 3 ranked fixes, not just 1. Why ranked? Because the AI's top pick is often wrong for your codebase. Maybe you need a default prop, maybe a loading state, maybe a guard. You read all 3 and choose the one that fits your architecture. And before you apply anything, reproduce the bug first. If you can't trigger it reliably, you're not fixing, you're guessing. Now here's the single most useful debug prompt I've found. List 5 to 8 things that could cause this. Rank by likelihood. For each, give me 1 command or log line to verify. That last part is the magic. It turns vague theories into actual experiments. While the AI brainstorms in parallel, you go investigate the top candidate. Look at the example. envvars, cookie domains, KeyORS, clock skew, middleware order. That's 30 minutes of solo head-scratching compressed into about 90 seconds. But that speed evaporates the moment you hit a bug class the AI just can't reason about. 4 to memorize. Race conditions, where it'll invent plausible but wrong causes. Heisenbugs, which vanish the second you add a log line. Memory leaks, where it guesses from snippets and misses the real source. And env-specific bugs, because it can't see your prod config. When you spot one of these, drop the chat. Reach for thread sanitizers, profilers, heap dumps, SSH into the box. That instinct, knowing when to stop prompting and start measuring, that's the senior reflex. Now flip the script. When AI can help, it's stunning. Paste 200 lines of noisy prod logs, ask the right 4 questions, notable patterns, error spikes, ranked likely causes, and crucially, what 1 log line would confirm the root cause. In about 5 seconds, you get a triage timeline that would have taken you 20 minutes of grepping. Notice that 4th question. That's the senior move. You're not asking the AI to be right. You're asking it to give you a cheap experiment to verify the hypothesis yourself. Once that 4-stage flow is muscle memory, 6 tricks compound it. Rubber duck with AI. Half your bugs die mid-typing before the model even responds. Pair get bisect with AI to read the breaking diff for you. Always ask for the most boring explanation first. It's an off by 1, not a race condition, 80% of the time. Turn your repro into a regression test in 1 prompt. Diff a working commit against a broken one for surgical localization. And the senior move, after 3 failed AI hypotheses, close the chat and reach for the profiler. Knowing when to walk away is the skill. Here's the whole toolkit on one screen. Pin it, print it, tattoo it. whatever works. 12 patterns, 3 columns. Left column is your core flow and the discipline moves. Middle column is evidence. Full stack traces, real repros, real diffs, never guessing. Right column is the prompts and escape hatches, the boring cause first prompt, bisect with AI, and knowing when to drop the chat for a profiler. Master these 12, and you're debugging like a senior, with or without AI in the loop. Now the flip side, the 5 ways this same toolkit blows up in your face. 1. Fixing before you've reproduced, so you never actually know if the fix worked. 2. Trusting the first hypothesis, because AI says race condition with the same confidence whether it's right or it's a typo in your config. 3. Starving it of context. A stack trace alone won't cut it. Give it the function and the recent diff. 4. Throwing AI at heisenbugs and race conditions, where plausible patterns aren't truth, reach for thread sanitizer instead. And 5. Shipping without a regression test, which is how the same bug finds you again in 3 weeks. So here's how you actually lock this in. 3 drills. First, grab a bug from last week and run the list 5 causes prompt. You'll find AI nailed the real cause 60 to 70% of the time, and you're training your own hypothesis muscle in parallel. Second, dig up 3 gnarly stack traces and time yourself. Root cause plus 3 fixes in under 90 seconds each. That's the drill that literally pays for your subscription. And third, feed it an old race condition or heisenbug and watch it confidently produce garbage. Because recognizing this is AI bad is the senior reflex that saves you the most time. And that closes out the daily debugging track. 4-stage flow, 90-second stack traces, the 5 hypothesis prompt, and a clear-eyed view of where AI breaks down. From here, the tag shifts. Lesson 7 kicks off the advanced track with AI testing, generation, edge cases, mutation testing. This is where the senior moves start. See you there.